I'm Pastor Theresa from Walking Free, and if you've watched any before, we've been talking about soul prisons, how to recognize them and come out of them and be healed. So we're going to continue on that today. Soul prisons can be sneaky. A lot of people never realize they are living in one, and if they do find out or realize, um, they don't know why, when, how it happened. So I'm going to start with a list of what we call adverse childhood experiences. Most of these things begin in childhood, from our home, community, surroundings, our family, and the 10 of them are. And if you realize you have two or more of these, we're going to say you're in a soul prison: physical abuse, sexual abuse, spiritual abuse, which is any downplaying of your belief in God or one using scripture against you; emotional abuse, saying, you'll never amount to anything, you're just like your dad or somebody, constantly saying you're bad; physical neglect, where a caregiver fails to provide basic needs for you, like food, clothing, or shelter; emotional neglect, where a caregiver doesn't provide needs like food as well; emotional neglect, a caregiver, parent, someone fails to provide emotional support for you; violence against a parent in a home affects children very negatively; parental divorce, or a household member with substance use abuse issues, drugs, alcohol, gambling, anything, gaming, just if it's a 24/7 thing and they're there but they're absent, they're not caring; or having an incarcerated household member. So those are things that definitely affect people. We grow up into that, not realizing it's not normal or different. And that's the sad thing, while some people never realize they are in a prison. So if a child comes out of an unhealthy home having two or more of these experiences, they're predisposed to the same and will find themselves having a hard time in society, in school, in the community in general. Trouble often starts showing up in middle and high school. So there are prisons also that we can lock ourselves in: selfishness, a smothering love or jealousy, sorrow and grief, which can breed bitterness and loneliness; unbelief, where one starves on a logical diet of lifeless principles; having to be right, where the air is so stuffy and full of good intentions; dread or fear of death. Fear is a very crippling prison; shame, pride, rebellion, depression, addiction, and on and on. So maybe someday or somehow you realize that your life matters, that you matter. You are important, because whatever you've been through up to this point is not your story. This is so important. This is what we want to get across. It's not who you are. Don't ever say, this is just how I am. I was born this way. I'm like this mom or dad or somebody. It's part of your story, maybe a chapter. So you have to make the decision to come out of this place. You have to want to. I'm speaking from experience with all of this. It's why it's my passion and I want to share. You see the book that's been written. And I want to tell you this, that almost everyone outside your prison walls, almost everyone, are experiencing their own soul prison until finding and yielding to the unconditional healing power of God's love. And the sad thing is that hurt people hurt people. You're coming out, you're thinking you're going to get help, and you're opening up to people, but they're already hurting, and they're going to hurt you back. And you don't realize they had like my stepmother was an orphaned baby, and then she was adopted into a home, and then several failed marriages, run away at 15 and married and so forth and all that. And her whole life has been in prison, but hurting other people. So think about this to come out, that the pain of remaining the same is greater than the pain of change. The pain of staying there is going to be greater than the pain of change. You will get through the struggle and the change process. So take the risk toward freedom and health and experience joy unspeakable. Meditate on these scriptures until next week. Jeremiah 31:3. The Lord appeared to us in the past, saying, I have loved you with an everlasting love. I have drawn you with unfailing kindness. Jeremiah 1:5 says, Before I formed you in the womb, I knew you. He knew us in the womb. He communed with us. We knew him. We don't remember this, but it is a key to us being able to, in our future, find him and reunite with him in that place. Before you were born, I set you apart. And then in Psalm 139, David says, For you created my inmost being. You knit me together in my mother's womb. I praise you, for I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Your works are wonderful. I know that full well. So he put every part of us together to be who we are. There's no mistakes made. There's a reason why we are who we are with our personalities, our characteristics, and our talents and gifts. It continues on in 139. My frame was not hidden from you when I was made in the secret place, when I was woven together in the depths of the earth. Your eyes saw my unformed body. All the days ordained for me were written in your book. Before one of them came to be, he ordained us from our mother's womb for our future, for his use, for his purposes in our life, where we would end up, the whole fullness of our life. And I love this part. Listen to this. How precious to me are your thoughts, God. How vast is the sum of them. Were I to count them, they would outnumber the grains of sand. When I awake, I am still with you. God's thoughts toward you, each of us, are more than the sands of the seas. Precious thoughts. He is never judging us. He is never criticizing us. It's like a parent with a child. We want to, they do something wrong or think that they're going to harm themselves. We want them to understand we're not punishing them for those things. We want to teach them and show them the way from that and what's the harm in doing those things. That's our Father, that um, un, unfailing kindness, everlasting love that I first read Jeremiah 31. He's loved us with an everlasting love and will to our last breath in this earthly vessel. So next week we're going to continue a little more on coming out of the prisons, and eventually I hope to hear that some people are walking in freedom. Thank you.